romantic about skyscrapers, but there aren't many that have gravitas as nice places to be. And I'm surprised he didn't, but he wasn't an architecture critic. So.
I agree with you. He seems in those lines that you just read to be celebrating the engineering.
Right.
And you're saying that those engineering, those nuts and bolts, are boring.
Not boring, they're required, and I suppose there's, for a layman, there's probably some magic that it's bigger than something you understand, how they put this together, and there's kind of you can get artsy about it, but what I'm talking about is what are its characteristics humanistically as the building goes together. And then he describes the other parts, the banality of the environment. So he doesn't, in the poem, connect the two.
I'm surprised you find the engineering and those aspects banal, but I'd like to come back to that, because what I really want to ask you about is, say, the first line of the poem. By day, the skyscraper looms in the smoke and sun and has a soul. Do you think skyscrapers or buildings have soul?
The Woolworth building does.
Why? What gives a building soul?
Because the architect, in designing it, gave it soul. Thought about that, thought about the scale of the elements, the humanistic modulation, so to speak, what could relate to a person's dimension, scale. The soul that's put into it, which is the art of the building, what made it a great building. So for years, and we look at it in wonder and want to go in it. And then you go in, and some of them, the elevators and all those things, are in line with the design. They're humanistic modulation, so to speak. But Sandburg's clear. He's saying that the soul of the building comes from the life that uses it.
What do you think about that?
I think that's part of it, absolutely. So Bilbao Museum, it's got all the nuts and bolts, but it's also something people respond to. And if I walk down the street, people kiss me for building it. So there's something that I gave to that fishy little building, No, it is. It's just
Yes.
a $100 million little squirt on the landscape. I put my life and soul into making something that would engage the people without making it look like a 19th century building, which my whole thing is that you can get the warmth and all of that if you put it there, if you think about it when you do it. And I think that piece that Sandburg obviously hasn't experienced, or he didn't recognize it. Chicago's a rough, tough city, but he had the Monadnock building. He had the Louis Sullivan stuff. But Sullivan did understand how to bring feeling through his use of decoration, his form of modernism. It still resonates. You go into a Sullivan building, and it still has a feeling. You like it, usually, because of all of that. So he had some things about it. He's not referring to that in his poem. He's not referring to that essence, that thing. I mean, it's a good poem, but I don't see that here. It is the men and women, boys and girls, so poured in and out all day that give the building a soul of dreams and thoughts and memories. Dumped in the sea or fixed in the desert, who would care for the building to speak its name or ask a policeman the way to it? When he separates it like he does, so now that thing is there and the people coming in are giving it the soul, he's telling you that there's no soul in the bloody thing until the people get there. I'm saying we want some soul both times. We want the building to have soul when you look at it. You want it
Yes.
to be there. And you want to go in and be there because you love it. And then the soul is double.